Showcase Raw. One. Okay. All right, here we go. And we are on in intros on 3, 2, 1.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Small Business Showcase on KRDO 105.5 FM, 1240 AM, streaming live across the globe. I'm your host, B-Rad, where we don't just talk business, we give it a stage. We shine the spotlight on small business owners who hustle hard, stay real, and give back. Today we're diving deep into the world of creativity, community impact, and powerful collaborations. We're going to be having Steve from Elevate on to talk about the art walk that's going to be going on Saturdays. His goal was to help with his nonprofit, as well as giving artists an opportunity for their art to be seen. So if you are an artist or know an artist out there, he is definitely able to give you a booth for free. We got James from 719 Magazine as well to talk about what he's doing with local artists and helping getting them to shine. We'll be talking with our sponsor, Alex, with Super Moving Brothers, getting to know him a little bit more on an in-depth level. And then we're also going to be meeting with Scott, who is going to be filling in for Christina with Sunshine Studios. Scott is one of the band members of Saving Abel, so it's awesome to have him back on today as well. But you know why this show exists. Everyone who sees the finished product, your logo, your brand, your hustle. But this show is about the why. The heart and the truth is, marketing without emotion, it just doesn't land. So that's why we have the Small Business Showcase here. We've got a loaded lineup for everyone, and everyone's going to be having a great deal with their interviews today. I'm excited about everyone's interviews, especially how we're going to be focusing on creativity with this show. So without further ado, listen closely because we're going to be giving away some tickets today. We're going to be giving away Rocky Mountain Vibes tickets at some point on the radio show. And the only way to win is when I announce the code to text the number, and we'll be able to go and get you those tickets. It's going to be 4 general admission tickets to the Rocky Mountain Vibes. We also are going to be having some giveaways for the 80s party at Sunshine Studios and other concert tickets that's going to be available throughout the different episodes of the show. So that's going to be exciting for all of us to talk to and be able to see. And then if you want to be on the show, go to our website, showcase-sb.com, and click on Call Now, and we'll get you a 10-minute spotlight. We can get you radio commercials, streaming ads, and a chance to tell your story to the whole city because, let's face it, everyone has a story. Even B-Rad has a story. B-Rad is someone who, 8 years ago was a drug addict and was stuck on meth, spice, pills, and 8 years later, here I am on the radio giving everyone a voice to speak. Everyone has a story, and we just want to be able to give everyone the opportunity to tell their story and their whys. And one of the reasons that I'm doing this is because I just love hearing everyone's stories. You never know what someone's been through. Someone could be not going through anything and had an easy life, and some people have a hard, life. One thing with B-Rad, I lost my father at 7 years old. He was drinking and driving on a motorcycle and crashed into a sign, and then I had, my grandfather commit suicide at 9, so I struggled mentally, and that's why I went the drug route. So if you have a loved one that is struggling with any kind of drugs, just keep your hope out because they can change and live for the better. And hopefully someone hearing this may have the encouragement to be like, hey, I am done with those, nasty drugs. My thing was I looked at myself and I said, I know what kind of life I can have with drugs. What kind of life can I have without? And here we are 8 years later. So enough of talk about B-Rad, the drug path. But one thing I do want to talk about is why I chose the name B-Rad. I don't know if anyone out there listening has ever seen Malibu's Most Wanted back in 2003 with Jamie Kennedy. It's one of the dumbest movies out there, but it's funny. And even in the movie, they talk about be yourself. And the guy's name is B-Rad G from the Boo. And in high school, when it came out, everyone would say B-Rad V from the Boo. And Brad and Bradley just didn't sound right for the radio. My middle name's Eugene, and that just sounds too old. So I went with B-Rad, and that's why I'm your host, B-Rad. And that's a little bit of a background story for you guys to have with me today. So let's kick things off right. Coming up next, we have Scott, who's going to be from Saving Abel, representing Sunshine Studios, from the spotlight to the soul of this city. Let's see how they've built one of the most powerful music venues in the state and what's next. How are you doing today, Scott? Don't be hating. Yep, I'm trying not to be hating because you and Christina have one of the best businesses out there, in my opinion. You could be able to give people the opportunities to listen to music at concerts, the karaoke you guys have. So, if the listeners out there don't know, the stage has seen so many rock legends and rising stars. And if you guys are booking an event or hitting a show or just want to be in the presence of greatness, Sunshine's the place to be. Wouldn't you agree with that, Scott? And now, isn't there a big show coming up too at Sunshine? Yeah, and when is the 80s event going on? Wednesday, June 11th. And you have an opportunity to win 4 tickets to that show thanks to Scott and Christina with Sunshine. So if you're interested in going to that 80s show, just text 80s to 719-666-2235 for that information. I know that I personally have got some tickets coming up for Overtime and Webby and Friends, and I'm thinking about Buck Cherry. Is there any other shows that you could think that the guests may want to look into that you guys have coming up? I've seen Head PE, not seen Powerman 5000, but I know that they got some good music, so that's definitely going to be a good show. Oh, those scary nights are fun. I've been up there and sing Tainted Love by Marilyn Manson and Here I Go Again by Whitesnake, and you guys are given the chance to, it's just something different being on that stage and singing karaoke versus any other location out there. Don't you guys have liquid courage shots for like $4 too to help people get up on stage? Definitely will. Because then they are all, oh, I'm ready to go. So, how did Sunshine Studios start up? Because I know Christina's called Sunshine herself, but what's the history that got you guys going? Haven't you had some top guys like Tech Nine in that recording studio at Sunshine too? That sounds like a fun time. How long have you guys been in business now? Congratulations to you guys. 18 years is a long time.
Yeah, Christina works, and on keeping the community connected in music, and it's her favorite part of it is to keep the community together, and give these local musicians a great place to play and showcase their talent.
That's awesome. And you never know. Someone might be seen with karaoke night and get an opportunity too. And then what is the karaoke rooms that you guys have? Because I know that's still new for you guys.
Yeah, so you can rent private karaoke rooms where you can get in there, control your own songs, your own volume, and you have your own private bartender, and they can drink and sing and dance around and have a great time.
So it's perfect for birthdays, holiday parties, company parties, all that fun stuff.
And a great way to get to know somebody is sing in front of them in a private room like that.
That is true. So, what are other things that you would want a listener to know about Sunshine Studios? Because surprisingly, I've run into a lot of people who have never heard of you guys.
We are the best kept secret in Colorado Springs as far as music entertainment, and we've remained this wonderful underground place, and we love that part. When people say we've never heard of it, it's great because now you have. 18 years later, lots of people just don't know about it, which is good. As I said, so we got lots of good events coming up, lots of fun stuff. Our whole heart is in the community and bringing people together, and that's, if we keep that at the forefront, that it makes it awesome for everybody.
Definitely. And then we got the Webby and Friends concert. Isn't that going to be an outdoor concert too?
Yeah, it's a big, huge outdoor concert, so that one will sell out. 2,400 of your favorite people will be there. So be sure to get your tickets in advance for that.
Oh, B-Rad's already got his tickets.
That's exactly, man. You got to get them early, and that's the trick. And then also overtime. I know you mentioned that. It's got Chris Calico or Chris Calico, however you say his name. Everybody says it's different. Actually, our guitar player from Saving Abel is on that tour as well. He's playing for overtime.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kind of a cool thing with Scott Bartlett. He will be there and rocking out with those guys.
That's awesome. Well, we are out of time. I appreciate you, Scott, for being on the show and representing Christina today, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, definitely. And then coming up is Steve from Elevate, and he's not just talking art, he's changing lives with it. 100% of this Saturday's Art Walk sales goes to a brand new nonprofit supporting mental health through creative expression. So if you ever need proof that art can save lives, this is the moment. Don't miss it. It is today, in fact, over at Elevate. So how are you doing today, Steve?
Great.
Glad to have you back today.
Thank you, man. You rock.
So tell us more about this nonprofit that you're donating to and what the goal is with the Art Walk.
Well, the goal is to go ahead and have, turn our area into an art gallery, as well as provide classes. There'll be paid classes, but more so we'll have classes for the youth around the neighborhood. And the big thing that I'm excited about is bringing in old people to help facilitate with the education that's going on with the kids. And it's just pretty cool having the old generation and the young generation mix it up, and we'll have a gallery there as well, so we can have all kinds of different art as well. So.
And then what's this nonprofit that you're creating with it?
That's called Elevate Arts, and it's just kind of to help build that thing up. So.
Awesome. And what you said the last week that you kind of were moving around some things with the music and the stage. Do you guys kind of got a new idea for what you're doing with that?
Yeah, so we'll have Sledgehammer there. Peter Wooten is the singer of that. And so I'll have him come early, and we'll decide whether we're putting it up on the deck or we're putting it not really on the back, but down the road on Platte. At my neighbor's facility, they have a really big area out front. So it should be pretty cool, I think.
I can't wait to go after the show today because I missed it last couple weeks ago because I didn't have my voice. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to do a little surprise. I didn't tell you about this, but I'm going to go around with general admission vibes tickets and just randomly give them to some of the guests there for people that are there at the art walk for
Yeah.
you guys to help just add more to it.
Yeah, you completely always are surprising me, B-Rad. Like, you just rock. You're a major supporter, and I can't thank you enough for everything you do for me.
Of course. And so we're focusing on the art vendors. So you don't want any other vendors besides art vendors, and you're wanting youth art vendors too. Is it true that you're giving those booths away for free? There's no charge to those artists and no charges to anything they make as well?
No, yeah, I'm not there for the money on this. It's just to bring awareness to what we're doing and just try to get people to, see what we're doing and support it. And when it works out, we'll have the third gallery in the Nob Hill district. Nob Hill's a really, really neat area. It used to be a city. I don't know. It's just it's a really neat area down there in Nob Hill.
It definitely is. And where is the location out of the store?
It's 2438 East Platte Avenue, and that's right on the corner of Platte and Boulder. You can't miss it. It's a purple and green building, and then we have our red Elevate pizza food truck as well, where we have smoke baked pizza.
Is it some of the profits of that going towards the nonprofit too?
Yep, there's 10% of all the pizza, potatoes, and pineapples that are sold that will go to the nonprofit, donated from our little thing there as well. So.
And trust me, that pizza's really good. I haven't tried the other options, but the pizza is really amazing. I know I say that every time, but hey, I'm a big boy. I know my food.
Yeah, thank you. It's exclusive, and that's what I love doing, is just trying to do something that's a little bit different and just creating. So this is a really neat dream happening, and it's pretty cool.
And imagine a year from now how big it's going to be and how many people you're going to help with this. That's what's amazing about it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So what inspired all of this? Like, what just made you where you're like, hey, I want to do this. I want to help the community with this. What inspired you to go this route and start this art walk up?
Well, I guess out of necessity. Platte Furniture or Peak Furniture is part of that building. And so Ron is looking to retire here shortly, and it was like, what do I do to fill up the area? And I love art. I love the creation process. I love the artists. It's just really awesome. And then it just morphed into what else can we do? And that's where the kids came in. I don't have children, but I know they're the future. They've ripped the art out of schools, and so I thought this is a really neat way to help out that area of Nob Hill. And so yeah, it just kind of, I don't know, I just work with the environment and how it happens and play with it. So
what do you think is going to be different for this one versus your first event? Because the first event always has bugs and you never get away from them. So what do you, if someone's coming back to this event, what do you think they would see differently with this event?
Well, we'll have more food. So Momo's barbecue is going to be there. And then I think we're getting a gelato guy and then another food truck there, and I just don't remember the name of it. So that'll be another thing, is we'll have a lot more food throughout the road. There's, it's right on Platte. So I think combining, well, food's an art too, and that's what I love about it, is it's just a good hangout time. And yeah, we are, thanks to you. We will be doing a raffle there as well, and 100% of those proceeds will go to the Elevate Arts. And so we have quite a bit of things there that have been donated by myself to go ahead and make it happen.
Maybe we'll throw in a sweet ticket or two to go into that raffle for you.
I'm not going to say no.
And just know that, there's the raffle, 100% of that's going to go to the nonprofit. So come check out for the raffle, if anything, to have some fun with it. What are some of the items would you expect in that raffle? Or is that something we're going to leave secret so they come out today?
Well, there's a handmade trunk that we make in there, which is kind of neat. And what else? We have one of our Silver Surfer vaporizers in there. And then there'll be probably some more things in there as well.
And Steve made me a Super Silver Surfer with my dogs on it, and I just love that. I love it. I can't thank you enough for that.
It's a pleasure.
Like, as soon as he showed me what he did with the pictures, I'm like, I just love it. I love it. So I just can't thank you enough with what we are limited to talking about it.
It's win-win.
Definitely. And he's got a lot of beautiful glass in there. One of the things that he has is the if someone passes, you can take their ashes and put them into, like, is it necklace, pendants, rings? What exactly is the?
Yeah, Thanks for bringing that up. That's another part of what I do. EternalPeaceMemorial.com is where you can find it. But yeah, we put it in any types of glass, whether it be a pendant. I really like the marbles. They're about 2 to 3 inch marbles. I put a beautiful flower in there, a vortex. We also make drinking glasses, and I've done a lot of other different things. And it's just, the glass will last forever. We have these really cool eternal release where you can get like 20 marbles, throw them around in all the really awesome places that you've been at with your loved ones. And I don't know, it's just one of the most amazing products I've ever been a part of. So, yeah.
And you're going to have a little display for them to see the different options for that at the event too?
Absolutely, and we'll have a live glass blower there blowing glass as well. And then you can also sign up if you'd like to learn glass blowing. We'll have a discounted class special on that day as well. So yeah.
And then we got Kenny with his fire entertainment too.
Oh yeah, don't forget Kenny. Thank you so much. Yeah, and so yeah, Kenny is another amazing individual that's always supporting our events and everything. And yeah, the fire. Who doesn't like fire? I absolutely love it, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, we are out of time here, so I appreciate you for being on, and we're looking forward to seeing how this art walk just expands and continues to grow.
You freaking rock, D-Rad. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. And so massive respect to Steve for using creativity to change lives. That art walk this Saturday, today, the 7th, is going to be a fun event that with his mission and that new nonprofit. If you've ever wanted to support local art and mental health, this is the move. Be there, show up, and let's elevate together. So we are taking a quick break here. We do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Brandy Pendleton with Pendleton Heating and Cooling. If you get a new AC from her, she is giving either a free smart thermostat or an electronic air filter. So hit up Brandy Pendleton with Pendleton Heating and Cooling. All of our information is available on my website, showcase-sb.com. And shout out to Alex with Super Moving Brothers as well. We'll be back after these messages.
Okay.
Awesome, man.
That's because of him, though.
Yeah.
Really, like you really are good at leading and bringing stuff up. Like you're a G.
This is the first show running without a co-host, too.
You're doing good. I'm gonna
Hey,
stay
good
and listen
morning
to
and
everybody.
welcome. Hold on. And where is? Hey, I'm a big boy. I know my.
Necessity.
Yeah.
Plat Furniture or Peak Furniture is part of that.
And let's elevate together. So we are taking a quick break here. Moving Brothers as well. Dropping down there.
There we go. Good to go.
And for anyone watching on the live, when I'm saying today, that is actually Saturday because this airs on Saturday. Figured to throw that there.
Before you go, we are on in commercial break is over. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for returning to another episode of the Small Business Showcase. Up next is a guy who knows how to capture the pulse of the city, James from 719 Magazine. From music and nightlife to the stories you should be hearing, his platform amplifies what makes the spring special. Stick around because he's going to be telling us about how the print and digital medias are keeping local culture alive. How you doing today, James?
Hey, how's it going, B-Rad?
Doing pretty good. So, how long would you say 719 Magazine has been around and amplifying the local community for artists?
Well, originally we were established in 2011. Originally as a Facebook group, which evolved into community building with artists. And from that point, we decided to make it into, eventually 10 years later, with a lot of setbacks, a lot of challenges that we overcame. And July of last year, on 7/19, we decided to go ahead and launch the website. And since then, we haven't looked back. What we aim to do is just bring a platform for artists, venues, and events throughout Southern Colorado. That doesn't cost an arm and a leg. We don't charge for interviews or anything like that. What we're trying to do is just build a community and and advertise these artists, the way they need to be advertised. So that's kind of our goal.
What made you decide that, hey, this is something I want to do and I want to help these artists out?
Well, I started as an artist, musician. Also had a label, over 10, 15 years ago out here. So music has always been in my veins with, the music scene in Southern Colorado. So it's always been my passion, so it just made sense. And then, already being in the industry, having a lot of accomplishments early on, I just decided to bring it all together and build a team with the same vision.
Now, one of your people you've been helping out is going to be a part of the Yellow Wolf and 3-6 Mafia concert, correct?
Yes.
So
They were our recent cover story, Affliction, shout out to Affliction Music. Definitely doing their thing. I think Black Pegasus is doing his thing as well. There's a lot of things going on that's never been done out of here in Southern Colorado. Not since I've been out here. I've been out here since 2004, and I'm just seeing a lot of things happen even right now that I've never seen happen. So it's pretty exciting.
And didn't you have an interview with Affliction Music on your website too?
Yeah.
719 Mag?
Yeah, exclusive interview. Check it out, 719mag.com. We have several exclusive interviews. K.O. Kelly, Scorp Diesel, Black Pegasus. And that's one thing that we like to do is just, get that story out that's never been told.
And last weekend you had the Tacos and Tequila that you were a part of too, right?
Yes, we were amongst quite a few media partners. It was a collaboration of media partners that came together to make that a success. And shout out to Social House Entertainment for bringing that to the city. Working with them was an honor, and we were one of the major media outlets for that, and it was a major success. Over 10,000 tickets sold.
That's awesome.
And something that's never been done in this region. That's the biggest concert that's ever hit this region, capacity-wise, and just an amazing time. So, yeah.
Do you think there's going to be a sequel next year or anything like that?
I'm very confident of that. Yeah, there's already talks of that. I'm very confident of that, yeah.
That's awesome. So you also have partnered with Bandwagon Magazine recently. Is that correct?
Yeah, shout out to Eli and Bandwagon. We connected with them quite a bit. They have a really huge following in Northern Colorado, so looking forward to seeing their expansion to Southern Colorado and what's going on with that as well.
And so Bandwagon is print and yours is media, basically. Where you guys are combining together?
Right. We're a digital publication at the moment. We're more like a small business, a grassroots company that's, growing from the bottom. So we are a digital publication at the moment. Our goals are to go to print soon, very soon. But in the meantime, we've developed, heavy traffic for our website to develop, quite a large following at the moment.
If someone wanted to be a new artist and wants to get out there, is that something you can help them with, or do they need to be established?
No. We deal with independent artists, brand new artists, and artists that's been around for 20 years. We support all. What we try to focus on is the craft. We try to highlight the scene. We don't try to critique it. We don't get into the politics. We're a neutral media outlet, so we don't get involved with a lot of that. What we do is if artists reaches out and wants to be a part of what we're doing, we'll do our best to help that artist. And it doesn't matter, how far they've come along. Maybe we can help them with resources to be able to succeed, with their own music careers.
And what's the best way that this new artist could, or any other artist that's maybe not new, could reach out to you and start working with you and coming up with ideas and collaboration?
Well, we have, I handle all the incoming requests. All they got to do is media@719mag.com or go to our website and contact us. We usually contact, them back within 24, 48 hours. And then, if they're interested in an article or they're interested in some promotion, we have a little of, everything to help these artists out here. Resources available, studios, venues. So if artists are looking for venues, we do have those resources. And a lot of times we provide those free of charge, if we're able to. And if they're, more interested in getting booked, we also are providing those services as well now.
Do you only do Colorado artists, or is this open to any artists around the world?
Okay, our general focus is Southern Colorado. We do promote events throughout the whole state of Colorado, but when it comes to the scene, I would say 80 to 90% of our content and what we focus on is just strictly Southern Colorado, all the way down to Telluride, Alamosa, Pueblo, Colorado Springs, anything in the Southern Colorado region, that's what we try to focus on.
So if someone who has never listened to any of your interviews, never been to your website, why should they check you out?
Well, we provide, like you said, exclusive interviews, stories that's never been told by some of the pioneers and originators of the music scene here in Southern Colorado. So if you're looking for something unique and genuine and authentic, built by artists who are from here, built by people who are from here, look no further, because that's what we do. 719 Mag is our team of about 20 staff. Are all visionaries. A lot of them are pioneers in the music industry, been out here 15, 20, 30 years. And the team that we've built is those who have actually helped build the scene before the magazine even existed. So
that's awesome. Now, with the 719 magazine, with it being something that you launched last year and being an artist yourself, what is advice that you can give to local entrepreneurs, local artists that may be struggling? Because everyone struggled, but I know that you never imagined it to be where you are today. So what's some advice that you can give to someone?
Well, I first of all focus on your mental health. I got to say, there's been countless times I thought about giving up. Countless times. I've had numerous setbacks, times where I wasn't even in the scene or around. And there was times I thought about giving up. And here I am now, being able to tell a lot of that story. And I got to say that consistency, persistence, and having that self-discipline is what's going to get you there. Don't take, if someone tells you no, there's probably 10 other doors open that are open for you. And a lot of people give up after that first no. But I'm standing here today. I've dealt with a lot of, I'm diagnosed with 3 or 4 diagnoses that I had to get treated to be able to function. So seek treatment if you need to. This month is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's very important to me because I overcame a lot of my struggles and just persistence, and making sure you stay focused no matter the distractions. And I say that to everybody because there was some dark times in my life where I really thought about giving up, and here we are, And
we're glad that you're here because you're doing amazing work for all the local artists and entrepreneurs and for the community. So, bringing up the mental health for the Men's Month, I grew up where my uncle was like, oh, men don't cry. You don't do that. It's amazing to see how it's just grown to where people can finally accept that men do have feelings and don't need to hide it anymore.
I agree completely.
So we are out of time here. So I do want to give another shout out to James of 719 Magazine.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you, James. And it isn't just about what's happening, it's about why it matters. And if you're a business owner, an artist, or someone who loves the city, definitely check them out. This is how community stories stay alive, so let's keep sharing them. And it's 719mag.com for the website.
Shout out to the whole 719. I love y'all. And check us out, 719mag.com. We're all over the socials at 719mag. Check us out. Hit me up anytime if you're an artist. I love to help artists, and I love to help venues and events. So hit me up anytime.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on today. And then closing us out is our sponsor, Alex from Super Moving Brothers. He's not your average mover. He's a sponsor of the show, a believer in small business, and a guy bringing high energy to a high-stress industry. You're about to hear why this isn't just a moving company, it's a movement. How you doing today, Alex?
Hey, what's up, B-Red?
So,
Good to be back. Thank you.
we're glad to have you back. And
What's up, world?
what'd you think of being in the suite? Being a sponsor, you get to enjoy being in the suites.
I loved it. It was awesome. I mean, being up there, that's a whole nother point of view that I've never seen before. It was pretty awesome. I appreciate you inviting me up there.
Definitely. You're going to be seeing Shooter McGavin tonight.
Hey, yes, tomorrow. No,
Tonight.
no, it's Saturday. Oh, yeah, tonight. Yeah, Saturday. It is Saturday. Sorry, every day's a Monday for me. It just kind of blends in. But no, tonight, I'm so excited. Gonna go see Shooter.
I just hope that movie's good because the trailer does not look good.
I love the trailer. You're out your mind, man. It looks so good. I'm excited to see it.
Well, it'll be on Netflix, so we could definitely have a little Happy Gilmore party.
Yeah.
I would rather see Billy Madison 2 or Big Daddy 2, though.
No. Happy Gilmore, I've been waiting forever. That's like Constantine 2, I'm waiting for that one, too.
So, you were saying last week that you started out with a different field, you would drop your belt and go and do moving, and now you are where you are today. How do you feel being all this in all these years later now?
Yeah. All those people out in Oakwood Homes, you have heat because of me. You're welcome. It wasn't easy doing that. I hated it. That messed up my back more than anything. That wearing that tool belt, going up and down the ladder, messed up my back more than moving ever will. Moving, it's just heavy lifting all day, and Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't look like he's got a bad back. So, I tell guys, you lift right, and you got a bright future to look forward to.
So tell us a little bit about you and who you are since you're a sponsor. So the listeners can get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah. I started this company about 7 years ago, but I did it because I needed to make a change in my life. I feel like a lot of people feel like that, and they go through that point in life, but very rare people can actually take action to make change, so I was willing to do whatever it took to get to this point. I made a moving company. I busted my butt out there, and people kind of tell me that, you're going to end up, with a broken back. You're going to be tired and decrepit when you're old, But no, I tell people, I know how this ends. And when you know how this ends, this hard work that I'm putting in is nothing.
How is it going to end?
Oh, it's got a bright future. SMB is going to be downtown. You're going to see our logo at the top of the building up there, just like you see Avengers at the top of their building. We're going to have our building. It's going to be the SMB building.
You're going to have you painted as like a Mario character? Or?
I don't want to jump any lines. I don't want to cross any lines and get sued. Don't enter that world. But, it's a fun name to play off of, but it's a fine line.
Especially with Nintendo.
Yeah, you don't want to cross that line. So I tell you, I won't be making any video games, any movies off of Super Moving Brothers, but my name is something else.
You can always do a video of you and your crew yelling pivot when you're stuck in the hallway.
Right, that's just our thing now.
Just because the guests don't do it themselves doesn't mean that you're not going to have to pivot.
Yeah. Can I just say one thing? Congratulations to you, B-Rad. I heard last week, #1 podcast downloaded last week. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. I was listening to it. I heard my voice. It sounded weird. I hate my voice. But
you have a perfect radio voice.
No, it always sounded different in my head. And then I heard it. I was like, that's my voice.
So I shouldn't ask you to be a guest co-host in the future.
I don't think radio's for me, but it was nice getting all the, hey, congratulations, superstar, everything. I had friends messing with me. Can I get your autograph? So thank you.
Charge them for the autograph.
Hey.
$5 an autograph.
This is the closest I'll ever get to stardom, so thank you.
Oh, no, not until you open up that building, then you're really going to be
right? Yeah, well, thank you.
Of course. So what else do you want to tell us about Super Moving Brothers?
With us, I want everybody to know if you do give us a call before. No, actually, sorry. We're extending this promotion out another week. So before next Saturday, if you give us a call, 719-235-3766. That's my direct phone number. I'm going to hook you up with an extra mover. Doesn't matter when your moving date is. I don't care if it's on Christmas Eve. You give me a call. We'll get you booked, and I'll get you an extra mover for that day. But, yeah,
So
get it
rain
booked
or
now.
shine, holidays, you are out if the customer
I
needs you.
just said every day's a Monday. It sucks.
Well,
That's
then
my
you know
life.
what? I'm going to get you a stuffed animal Garfield then.
Yeah, God, love it. Love Mondays.
So, what is the worst thing that you hate moving? Like, because there's
Piano.
things- what?
Piano. Sorry.
Piano?
What was your question? No, I hate moving pianos. Sorry. I literally have made a policy now where we cannot move pianos because whatever can go wrong will go wrong when moving a piano. We are not piano movers. We are household movers. Your normal household furniture. No pianos.
Well, so when you did the pianos, did you do like the old cartoons where they were raising them up and?
Oh no, God! I couldn't imagine. I see those videos, and I mean, I'd get vertigo just looking at that. I'm scared of heights. I can't crawl up on a ladder. I tell you, I quit HVAC for a reason.
So what's the furniture that you hate moving? I mean, he is a couch. Couches are always a pain.
No, I can move couches all day long. We love to see nothing but couches. If we walked into a house and it's just, big furniture, we love that. Honestly, the 4-letter word for us is boxes. That's a 4-letter word in our language. But especially when you load them up with books, take it easy on us. We're human. We're not robots.
Do you offer where you pack their stuff up for them, or do they have to have their stuff packed?
Yeah, we do offer a packing service. Obviously, it costs a little more. Honestly, packing's the harder part about moving. So that's the more intricate part. My brain fried right there. I was like, what's the word? But moving is the easy part, honestly. We'll take care of all the heavy lifting, no problem. The packing's the more difficult part.
That is, because that's when you realize, oh my gosh, all this crap I've bought over the years.
Yes, everyone has that moment, I'll tell you.
So, do you offer any kind of like insurance if you do the packing part or anything like that?
So our insurance is kind of standard insurance. It covers if anything were to happen on our end. If we were to drop something, really bad, damage your wall, put a hole in your wall. Our guys break their ankle, our insurance covers that, but for the bigger parts, it's kind of up to homeowners to have their own homeowner insurance, and it's kind of like that with most insurance companies. I think a lot of people don't realize that. They think just because people are insured that you're going to get whatever money back just because something gets broken. There is a difference between insured and bonded, so we are insured, not bonded. Sorry, my hair is just flying everywhere. My dogs go with me everywhere.
Oh, so does mine.
I love them, man. We need to bring them in here. We need some energy up in here from some dog energy.
And then you'd be hearing us yelling at the dogs to get down
The
on the
whole
radio.
time, right? Sit down.
And then the barking.
Yeah, I love it.
So, with all the different moving companies out there, I already know that your hoodie is different, your business card's different, but
yes.
why should someone choose you over any of the other local businesses out there for moving?
I appreciate you asking. We created this so that people can have a name they know and can trust. They can pass this to their friends, their family. So your friends, your family, they probably know us. We move them. If you look at our reviews, a lot of people know us here. They know that we actually care about our customers. We are not ghosting our customers. We are not breaking your stuff and leaving. We are not holding your stuff ransom. All these horror stories that you're reading about in Google and everything on your feed, doesn't happen here. They know they can trust us. You can look on our reviews. You can ask people around. People know us. Super Moving Brothers is the name you can trust.
And if you like Super Mario Brothers, you're going to love Super Moving Brothers.
Yes.
Did you ever find that bus that made the hoodie?
The cannabis? No, still looking for the guy. So anybody knows.
If he
that-
happens to be listening, he's being looked for.
Yes, hunting him down, I'll tell you.
So we are almost out of time. So what is another fun fact about Super Moving Brothers?
about Super Moving Brothers. Let's see. So we like to have little team events, kind of annually. One year we actually went whitewater rafting as a team over at the Royal Gorge. Really cool thing to do. Really recommend it. Unfortunately for us, we had 2 different rafts. The one I was in with my team actually flipped over and we went underwater right in the rapids. It was a pretty crazy moment. And all I can remember is before we got on the raft, we had to get on a bus to get over there, and we signed on the bus that Super Moving Brothers was here. And we told them afterwards, and they were like, "You signed the bus before getting in the river? You know that's bad luck. You're
That's
not
why you
supposed to
flipped."
do that." Yeah, our guide was like, "I have done this for 6 years. That is the second time I've been in this river." So, yeah, no, a little fun fact.
And then what is the best way for customers to reach out to you?
Supermovingbrothers.com, supermovingbros.com, I should say. You can always go there. I'll give you an estimate, or give me a call directly at 719-235-3766. Again, my name is Alex. That's my direct cell phone.
Thank you, Alex. And Alex is proof that business can be bold, fun, and actually give a care. If you're moving and want it done right with real people who care, hit them up. And if you're listening because you found us through them, welcome to the family. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Heather Gneschke. She reached out 2 weeks ago for the Rocky Mountain Vibe tickets and won 4 General Mission tickets. So I am also giving the announcement now for the Rocky Mountain Vibes General Mission tickets. What you want to do is text SBSVIB. That is SBSVIB. The first person to text me SBSVIB at 719-666-2235 gets a 4-pack of General Mission tickets to the Rocky Mountain Vibes. They are not listed with the date, so if you want to come see Shooter McGavin, you can come out tonight for that game with the General Mission tickets. And also don't forget that you can text me about the 80s concert that Sunshine Studios is having, and come enjoy 80s music on Wednesday, June 11th. Just give me a text saying 80s at 719-666-2235. I want to give a shout out again to Alex with Super Moving Brothers as our sponsor, as well as Brandy Pendleton with Pendleton Heating and Cooling. Again, Brandy is going to be doing a free electronic smart thermostat, or a free electronic air filter if you buy a new AC. I know this weather has been crazy, but you know that heat is going to be coming. So I appreciate you, everyone, for listening today, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Small Business Showcase. Don't forget, all past episodes are on KRDO's website, or the links directly for KRDO's on our website, showcase-sb.com. Have a great rest of your day.